It all began with a promise.
How about this? If I get you a bag of them tomorrow, will that make up for it?
A promise that was broken.
Oh, there were some of those, but I ate them all. Not like it matters, right?
For some, it was the last straw.
Why are you walking towards me with that look on your face?
And for others, it was only the beginning.
I've had just about enough of your JB.
How could you get so worked up over
Hello, we need security
donut?
over here.
When friendships are tested
I think there's been an unhealthy amount of miscommunication between
Man,
you two.
shut your bald fat ass up.
and donuts are on the line,
He
Thomas acting
stole
like a
my
bitch,
precious
just 'cause
Find a way to settle this or you're both fired.
there's only one way to settle it all.
Looks like there's only one way to resolve this, JB.
I was just thinking the same thing, Tom.
Good evening, Duel fans. I'm Jenna Starlight, and I'll be filling in for my cousin Tom Lively, who is participating in today's special duel against JB Smoove. And joining me today for commentary is none other than the man who tried to mediate between these two hotheads, Dr. Phil.
Thanks, Jenna. It's great to be here, though I wish it were under better circumstances. Trying to mediate between Tom and JB was like trying to put out a grease fire with water.
Oh, I can only imagine. If you don't mind, can you give us a quick rundown of what happened backstage?
Well, Jenna, it started off with what I thought was a simple misunderstanding. Tom asked JB to get him some creamy glazed donuts, but JB ended up eating them all and left Tom with only chocolate ones. You'd think it was the plot of a sitcom, but let me tell you, it got real serious real fast.
I'm sure it did. If there's anything that can piss my cousin off, it's someone cutting in front of him in traffic and being denied his favorite donuts.
I tried to get them to talk it out, but then JB cussed me out, and that's when I lost my temper and furniture needed to be moved. Things soon escalated to the point that even Donald had to step in and threaten to fire them both if they didn't hash things out. And so here we are.
Wow. And the solution to their feud was to duel it out?
Of course! I'm sure you're aware of this, Jenna, but in this world, there's no problem that can't be solved with a good old game of Yu-Gi-Oh!
I certainly hope you're right. Now then, let's introduce our duelists for today's special show, shall we?
Let's get to it.
In today's match, we have the news reporter and my donut-loving cousin, Tom Lively, taking on the ever-charming comedian, JB Smoove. Tell me, Doctor, as a former competitor in the Celebrity World Championship, what can we expect from these two in terms of deck choice?
I'm gonna be real with you, Jenna. I haven't the faintest idea what decks either of them will use. But based on my profiles on their personalities, I'd wager to say that Tom is a control type of player, while JB is an aggressive, combo-based player.
That's quite insightful. I've never seen my cousin duel before, but I am aware of how much he loves the game. So I'm expecting a great duel.
I am as well. I think the match will go either way, but if I was a betting man, I'd roll with Tom on this one. Something tells me he's got a big surprise waiting for JB.
I'm quite the opposite, actually. I think JB's aggressive style might give Tom a run for his money, especially since he's been so angry lately.
Well, time will only tell, my friend.
I'd also like to take a minute to acknowledge how ridiculous and absurd this duel is over some donuts, but since I'm being paid either way, I gladly welcome it.
Get that bread, sister.
Now then, are both contestants ready to begin?
I'm ready over here.
Start it up.
Then without further ado, it's time to duel.
Duel! I can't believe it's come to this, JB. You ate my donuts and left me with nothing but chocolate. You know I hate chocolate.
Are you seriously this upset over some fucking donuts, man? How old are you?
Old enough to know when I've been wronged. You don't mess with another man's donuts, JB, especially not when they're creamy glazed.
You're sounding like a real baby right now, Tom. You're gonna cry over spilled milk, too? Just take a second to chill out, man.
Chill? You want me to chill after you ruined my morning? Those donuts were the highlight of my day, and you took that from me.
Man, if donuts are the highlight of your day, you seriously need a new life. I ate them because I was hungry, and you're here acting like I stole your firstborn.
This isn't just about the donuts, JB. It's about respect. You clearly don't seem to have any respect for me, so the only way to solve that is to beat it into you in this duel.
Oh, please. You couldn't duel your way out of a Taylor Swift concert. But if the only way you'll shut up about those donuts is to school your ass in Duel Monsters, then let's do it. Now why don't you kick us off, Donut Man?
I thought you'd never ask. I think I'll dazzle the crowd by starting with the spell card Pot of Extravagance. Now by banishing 6 monsters from my extra deck face down, I can draw 2 cards.
Not a bad card to start off with, but I hope you haven't forgotten about its drawback, have you?
No, because unlike you, JB, I actually make an effort to remember important details.
Oh, I know you didn't just say that.
The truth hurts, doesn't it?
Not as much as what I'm about to do to you.
Your taunts don't scare me, JB. And neither does the drawback of extravagance, which restricts me from adding more cards to my hand for the remainder of the turn. I'll set this monster and place these 2 cards face down before wrapping up my turn.
My draw, baby. Looks like Tommy Boy's trying to hide what deck he's playing from me. That's kind of cute. Pause. All right then, 2 can play at that game. Check this out, big man. I'm activating the spell reinforcement of the army. And with this, I can snag a level 4 or lower warrior monster to my hand. I'm now summoning Goblin Attack Force in attack mode.
Goblin Attack Force? This isn't 2004, JB.
Might as well be with that haircut you've got going on there.
As opposed to you, who prefers being bald.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it, man. I'm channeling my inner Michael Jordan with this shit. Now let's see how you handle this. Attack his face-down monster, goblins.
Before you do that, JB, I'll be activating the trap, Jar of Greed. This'll let me draw a card even during the battle phase.
You were talking shit about my goblins, but you're playing Jar of Greed? Whatever, not like it'll help save your monster.
Well, thanks, because since you just destroyed Skellingle, its flip effect also allows me to draw a card.
Skellingle too? So not only are you a man-child for donuts, but also a goddamn hypocrite.
Better that than a liar and a thief.
You forgot dashingly handsome Stud Muffin as well.
Oh, trust me, I didn't forget. Now, are you finished with your turn or what?
Cool your jets, Tommy boy. Since my Goblin Attack Force did their thing this turn, they gotta switch to defense mode. I'll wrap my turn up by setting this card face down and passing the baton back to you.
My draw. It doesn't look like he's caught on to the true nature of my deck yet. He doesn't even realize that I'm already halfway to summoning the most powerful creature in Duel Monsters. I just need to keep up the defense as I gather more pieces. First, I'll be activating the spell Upstart Goblin. This allows me to draw a card at the cost of boosting your life points by 1,000.
Why, thank you, Tom. I always knew you'd come back around.
Oh, save it, JB. You'll learn soon enough why those points won't matter as I set this monster face down and end my turn.
Talk is cheap, Tom.
So's the cologne you're wearing.
You don't like the smell of success?
More like desperation.
Look who's talking, Mr. I'll use Jar of Greed.
Have you never heard of the term deck thinning?
Oh, I have. I've also heard of the term don't be a whiny bitch about donuts, but I guess you missed that lesson.
Prick.
Now it's blatantly obvious that you're trying to hide your deck from me, Tom. And since that's the case, I guess I've got no choice but to force it out of you as I activate Toon World.
You what?
You heard me, Donut Boy. I'm about to turn this duel into a Saturday morning cartoon as I pay 1,000 life points to keep Toon World active. But it'll be worth every point to watch your scrawny ass squirm. Now with Toon World out on the field, I'm allowed to special summon my oceanic goddess straight from my hand, Toon Mermaid. But don't go gaga over my queen just yet, Tom, because she'll be the least of your problems as I tribute my Goblin Attack Force in order to call forth Toon Summon Skull. Ayo, Summon Skull! Show Tom what that mouth do.
Oh, dear God.
You better watch your girls around him. But let's switch gears for a moment, as I have another surprise for you in the form of the spell, Toon Page Flip. Now check this. I can reveal 3 Toon monsters to you that are in my deck. And now, you get to pick a number between 1 and 3 to determine which one gets to come out and play. I hope for your sake you pick a good one.
I have to avoid picking the blue eyes at all costs. I choose number 3.
Damn, you didn't pick the one I wanted.
Really?
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Come on out, Toon Blue Eyes White Dragon.
God damn it!
You shitting your pants yet, Tommy? You're staring down an army of cartoons that even Disney can't fuck with. But rest easy, my white privileged friend. I'll be ending my turn now.
I don't understand. Aren't your Toon monsters able to bypass my monsters and attack my life points directly?
Correct. But it seems you aren't aware that some Toon monsters are unable to attack the turn they are summoned, so you're safe for now. But a drawback like that won't matter in the end.
We'll see about that. If he's really playing tunes, then this changes everything. I'll have to stall him before he summons an entire army of those things. I activate Swords of Revealing Light. And with the power of this magic card, you won't be able to declare an attack for 3 turns.
Sorry, pal, but that ain't happening.
What?
I activate the Trap Toon Terror. And since I have both Toon World and a Toon Monster on the field, your spell card is history. Did you really think I'd let you cuck me out of attacking you?
You may have stopped those swords, but try to stop the Sacred Sword of 7 Stars.
And just what the hell is that?
A card that allows me to banish a level 7 monster from my hand in order to draw 2 cards. Excellent. Everything's almost ready. This next part is going to be tricky, but if it pays off, this duel is mine. I now activate the spell Different Dimension Capsule. And with this in play, I can now choose any card from my deck to banish face down. And after 3 turns, I can add it to my hand. To wrap things up, I'll set this card face down and end my turn.
I draw. Hold on a second. Something ain't smelling right here, and I don't mean Tom's shitty breath. The only thing he's done in this duel is draw cards and play defense. And now he just played a card that'll let him get a specific card a few turns down the road. The only deck I can think of that would use that kind of strategy is that motherfucker's trying to summon Exodia. Oh, hell no. Not on my watch, he ain't. Playtime's over, Tom. I now sacrifice my Toon Mermaid in order to summon Toon Dark Magician Girl. Battle! Attack his life points directly, Dark Magician Girl.
Wait, I thought you said Toon monsters can't attack the turn that they're summoned.
Fix your hearing, Donut Boy. I said some, not all. Now by paying 500 life points, I can launch an attack with Toon Summon Skull. And last but certainly not least, let's have Toon Blue Eyes join in on the fun.
Not so fast, JB. I'm activating the Trap Scrap Iron Scarecrow to negate your dragon's assault.
You waited to use it on my strongest monster, huh? I can respect that.
I draw.
I hope for your sake you drew an Exodia piece.
So you figured it out, huh?
No shit! You're talking to the man who figured out before anyone else that Kanye was secretly a Nazi.
And how'd you figure that out?
A magician never reveals his tricks, Tom.
But you're not a... Never mind. I can't afford to be distracted by his nonsense right now. Even with Scrap Iron Scarecrow, it won't be enough to stop his monsters. For the sake of my fallen donuts, failure is not an option. I summon Sangen in attack mode.
Have you lost your cotton-picking mind, Tom?
Far from it. I'm assuring my victory, JB. Now, Sangan, attack Dark Magician Girl. Now, since Sangan was sent to the graveyard, I can add any monster I want from my deck with 1,500 or less attack points. And I'm choosing the right arm of Exodia.
Shit! How many pieces does he already have in his fucking hand?
I end my turn.
My draw. Don't start celebrating just yet, Tommy. Exodia may be unstoppable, but as long as I can finish you off before you summon him, he's useless.
Are you sure you can?
Just watch me. I activate the spell Dark Allure. Now, by banishing a dark monster from my hand, I can draw 2 cards. Get ready to meet the flyest Toon in my arsenal, as I now sacrifice both my Toon Summon Skull and Dark Magician Girl in order to summon the one, the only, Toon Blackluster Soldier.
Impressive, but even your Toon Blue Eyes couldn't make it through my Scrap Iron Scarecrow JB, and your soldier will be no different.
It doesn't need to, dumbass, because thanks to Luster Soldier's special ability, he can banish your annoying little trap.
Oh no!
And if that didn't fuck your day up, then I'm sure this next move will, as I'm activating Mystical Space Typhoon.
It all comes down to this. So what'll it be, JB? Will you destroy my unknown trap card, or will you rid me of my dimension capsule to stop me from potentially acquiring another Exodia piece?
Your Professor X mind games won't work on me, Tom. You're baiting me to destroy your spell card, and probably have a way to retrieve that banished Exodia piece with that face down. But it's like I told you before, as long as I can wipe you out before you get them, it won't matter. So I'm risking it all on that face down.
Are you sure that's what you want to do?
To be honest, no. But after hearing that, I'm 1,000% sure now.
Well, thanks, JB. You did exactly as I predicted you would.
You're lying!
Afraid not. See, the card you just destroyed is Security Orb, and when it's destroyed by a spell or trap card, I can destroy any monster I want on the field. And I'm choosing to destroy your Blue Eyes Toon Dragon.
And so what? I can still finish you off with my Luster Soldier.
I wouldn't be so sure. Don't you remember what you said to me before, JB?
What the hell are you even babbling about, you? Oh, But it seems you aren't aware that some toon monsters are unable to attack the turn they are summoned, so you're safe for now. But a drawback like that won't matter in the end. Shit!
And I'd wager to say the most powerful toon monster in your deck can't attack the turn it's summoned, can it?
I end my turn.
And since it's been 3 turns, different dimension capsule activates and I can retrieve the card I banished.
Well, it's not like you've gathered all 5 pieces of Exodia, right?
I've now gathered all 5 pieces of Exodia. I warned you, JB! Not one donut shall go unaccounted for. Not one!
Oh, hell no!
Exodia! Obliterate!
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Lively is the winner of today's special duel. It seems your prediction was spot on, Doctor.
But of course, a man fueled by the pain of loss is a frightening thing, Jenna. Just ask Goku after he lost Krillin.
That would be quite the emotional stimulus, wouldn't it?
I've seen it firsthand with many of my patients, so I knew Tom would duel with everything he had to avenge his donuts.
I have to say, I never knew that my cousin could duel so passionately and be so cunning. JB had him dead to rights during that last turn and only needed to destroy his dimension capsule in order to stop him from getting that last Exodia piece.
As a psychologist, I was really impressed with Tom's understanding of JB's psyche and his ability to predict his opponent's actions. I suspect that Tom taunted JB on purpose with his scrap iron scarecrow in order to draw his attention away from his capsule and face down. A classic case of misdirection. If JB had taken a moment to really think about his move, he could have sealed his victory by targeting those 2 cards.
I guess it's true what they say then. The mind is the most powerful weapon in a duel.
You got that right.
Care to say any words about your victory, cousin?
Let that be a lesson to all those who try and steal my donuts. Whether it be a good friend or someone's decrepit grandma, nobody fucks with my donuts.
That win was a fluke and you know it, Tom. I didn't even get a good hand and I still almost beat you.
Sounds like loser talk to me.
Bring your ass over here and I'll show you what a loser looks like.
You want to go right now? Because I still haven't forgiven you for eating my donuts.
Oh, for the love of... I can't believe they're at it again.
Okay, I've had enough of this. Be quiet, both of you. You're 2 grown-ass men arguing over donuts like children.
But Jenna, he's the one who started this.
I don't want to hear it, Tom. You literally could have went out and bought your own donuts after he ate yours, couldn't you?
I mean, I guess so.
And you knew how much those donuts meant to Tom, JB.
I suppose. I just didn't think he'd get that upset about it, you know? But I guess I did kind of break my promise to him. Sorry about that, man.
It's all right. I guess I did kind of go overboard myself with throwing a chair at you. I hope you'll forgive me.
As long as you let me treat you to dinner tonight, buddy. Whatever you want.
I'll look forward to it, JB. I'd love to find out more about your toon deck and why you chose them.
You better strap in then, because it'll be one long-ass story.
Well, that was fast.
It's like I said, Jenna. There's no problem in this world a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel can't solve.
Right you are, Doctor. Thanks for hosting with me today, by the way. It was a very rewarding experience.
Anytime, Jenna. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have another appointment with Anakin today to get to the root of his daddy issues.
Sure. Well, folks, that concludes the Donut Wars episode. It was a pleasure serving as your temporary host for today's show, and I hope to see you again in the future. Join us again for the beginning of the semi-finals that are sure to be the most intense duels you've seen yet. Jenna, Starlight out.